Hi, everyone, and welcome to the official launch of the Rinse and Repeat podcast. Turn up the volume. It's time to rinse off the BS and repeat what matters. I am your host, Marcie Manna, and thank you so much for joining us. And for those of you who are actually joining us somewhere, God bless you and welcome to the party. I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking, who the hell are you and why should I even listen to your podcast to begin with? So I thought that we could take these first few moments to get to know each other and I could give you a little bit of background on myself. Don't worry, I'm not going to do this every single episode, but I've been in the beauty industry for over 25 years. And during my 25 years, I've done almost every single thing that you can do. I've owned and operated multiple salons, building them from the ground up and turning them into thriving businesses. I also used to own my own hair extension company. And in fact, I was one of the very first people to bring hand-tied extension wefts and education to the Midwest. This was way before all of our big brands that we know and love even had hand-tied wefts. I also was a cosmetology instructor, and I was a platform artist for many manufacturer companies throughout the years. My current role is I am an education manager for a hair extension company. I manage about 30 trainers all across the country, but on most weekends, you will find me still educating and teaching, doing exactly what I love, doing trade shows, and being on stage at live events. And I guess now you can add podcast host to that list because now I have Rinse and Repeat. And really, the idea behind Rinse and Repeat was being a veteran in the industry and really noticing all of the changes that our industry has gone through. I really feel like right now, more so than ever, our industry is under attack. It's under attack. We have to defend our pricing. Our education is being challenged. And I really wanted to provide a safe space to talk about controversial subjects. Our podcast is extremely different from any other podcast out there in our industry because everything that we do is live and in person on set. So we will never bore you with having to watch a Zoom podcast. In fact, every guest that we have on the show is flown in to Omaha, Nebraska. That is where we are based out of because we really wanted our guests to have that celebrity experience. And speaking of guests, I am about to introduce our first one. When we really started having this conversation of who this first guest should be, a first guest really kind of sets the tone for the entire podcast. And there really was no other person that I could think of that I wanted to take this leap with. If anybody embodies the rinse and repeat way of being unfiltered, unbothered, and doing things his way, it is this guy. He is unapologetically himself, and he is completely changing the game in education. And I know that you've seen him all over your social media, babylighting his back out. Please help me welcome Stew Stylez. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you. Welcome to Omaha. Actually, you've been here before, though, right?
Yeah, I've
It
been here.
was this year
Yeah, it
on
was
St. Patty's Day.
when was that, March?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
St. Patty's
March.
Day
I almost said February. I was here in March for
for the
the
SalonCentric show.
yeah, for the SalonCentric show.
Yeah, you know what? You are just gonna love Omaha now
I
and be like,
know.
you're an Omahayan.
I am. We
Yeah,
got the beef.
we do. And
Isn't
you
that
had
the
beef, right?
thing?
Well, I just thought, we should let everybody know how we met.
Okay.
So it's a really interesting story because, I truly believe that things happen for a reason. And I was only in Florida for a short amount of time. I mean, it was very short-lived. So during that time, I was working at a salon. And I remember somebody you were dating at the time
Yeah.
had an interview, and we were sitting there all talking. The owners came up to me and they said, "Hey, this person's coming in for an interview and you should check them out." So I did what any good God-given person would do, and I stalked his social media, right? And they said, "Oh, he's like way into hair extensions." But what I found on his social media, at first I was scrolling through and then I saw pictures of you with him.
Mhm.
And then I was like, "Oh, cool. He must be friends with Stu." And then I kept scrolling and then I saw, I think, one of you guys kissing. And I was like,
Yeah.
wait, is he dating Stu Styles? And nobody knew who you were. Could you
Nah.
even believe that? Me,
Yeah.
I'm the oldest motherfucker up in there. And I was like, "Do you guys live in a box? How do you not know who Stew Stylez is?" So, anyways, then obviously he got the job, and then slowly you started hanging out at our holiday parties and
Mhm,
open houses and all of that. And then obviously you and I connected, and I
mhm,
felt like we had a connection. So, yeah, I want to talk though about because what really is interesting to me, you ended up working at that salon as well.
mhm. Yes.
And you kind of did what I did, which is start over, start
Mhm,
from scratch, move to a different city, and then you went to the same exact salon that I was at. So, when you did that, I noticed that you really kind of were leaning towards social media
mhm.
and kind of not defending yourself, but in a way, kind of explaining to everybody maybe why you were going back into a commission salon. So I'm curious, did you feel like you had to do that?
Yeah, and it's funny you say defend yourself because I feel like that's actually a good way to put it, but
It
I was like, I
is.
have to be blunt about it, and I need to be just upfront with going back because I was previously in a suite. So,
Yeah, as
my
I was too.
and I love the suite. It just gets a little lonely, but then also I never had been in, like, a traditional commission salon. So I was like,
Oh, you never have.
"No." Well, the only my first salon was commission, but it was, like, 1099
Oh, yeah, we know that
commission.
story.
And so,
It was
I
sketch.
I haven't ever been, like, an actual employee in a salon or, like, done, like, the whole shebang of, like, getting like, starting and training, and this is what we do, and, like, learning
Yeah,
systems and stuff through, like, how everyone does kind of the same thing in a salon, but
yeah,
also being on that side of the commission, like, area as well, like, I guess, actually, like, air quotes, being a commission hairstylist.
yeah,
So I, kinda wanted to do it for the experience, and then also I was relocating. So I moved, like, 4 hours away from Tampa to Jacksonville, and
yeah,
then I was like, "You know what? I'm not gonna do a suite again." That about killed me because when I moved from Utah to Tampa, I just opened up a suite,
yeah. You
straight
just,
out the
like, went
gate.
for it.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was great and everything, but I had a lot more time to prepare and, like, post and promote for that. So
yeah.
redoing it, I'd heard, like, great things about the salon, and I'm glad I did it. I was there for, like, 8 months.
Mhm. Yeah, you were there actually for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, people asked me that too. It was like, "Are you gonna be able to work for somebody else?" I'm like, "Actually, yeah." I
Mhm.
mean, there's definitely pros about it because I do remember it's like, man, if something bad happens and somebody wants to complain, I mean, not that they did, but if
Mhm.
they do, it's like, "Oh, let me go grab the person you need to talk to because
Yeah.
for once it's not me."
Mhm.
And I was able to really just kinda show up and do my job and leave and go home. But I will tell you, one of the hardest things for me is going back into, like, the rules of a commission salon
Mhm.
and the schedule and being put on a chore chart or whatever. I remember I fought that damn chore chart the day that I walked in that salon, and I basically told her, "I'm not cleaning your floors. I'm not here to do that. If I wanted to own a salon and clean a salon, that's what I would go and do. I'm here because I want to work." Did you have any issues like that, or did she kinda let you just do whatever you wanna do?
I feel like I was privileged.
I was privileged too. No, I was too, and
Yeah.
and that's what I loved about them.
They were really good to me with, like, working with my schedule and stuff too because I was traveling a lot for education too
Same,
at the
yeah.
time, so then I also was like, "Okay, this is gonna help me not have to, like, micromanage so many things being, like that comes with being, like, an independent stylist." Like, "Oh, this is gonna take a little bit off of my plate, they can handle my schedule, picking up the color." Like, I just show up, do hair, make a video,
Yep.
make sure my client's happy, and go on with my day. The thing that was hard for me was, like, I'm not, like, a retail seller.
I'm not either.
Oh, I'm the
I
worst. I
am
did
too.
pretty good though.
Did you?
I was like, I just didn't. I went to Aveda. So, we had to do like the little basket program. Like
Oh,
after your
yeah.
client comes in,
Sure.
you take around their little basket and you're like, put in every product you used.
Yeah.
And then you take it to the front and drop it off. And you're like, now this is what you need. And I'm like, okay, I don't want, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me feel icky. It makes me feel like the girls at the tanning salon when they're like, you have your
Yeah.
goggles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, it's that part's just not for me. And then also, I think it's just different. Like,
Yeah.
um, I guess it is kind of hard to like go making every decision and just like kind of micromanaging yourself to like, I guess being a team player in a way
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Definitely. But there are perks because I loved
Hmm.
everybody there. They were
Yeah.
all very nice.
Hmm.
And It gets lonely in a suite, I would say. That's probably, like, the one thing that I noticed is I would be peeking my head out all of the time in the
Mhm.
hallway in between appointments being like, "Somebody please talk to me,"
Yeah.
because and also, like, just being in that environment and learning from other people and, continuing to grow that way. Sometimes I feel like when you go into a studio, some people can get kinda stagnant and just
Mhm.
kinda stuck because there isn't really a lot of education or anything going on in there. So ironically, the both of us have left that salon and
Yeah.
for the same reasons because we moved away from Jacksonville. So I
Mhm.
came back to Omaha, you went back to Tampa. So
Yes.
now you are in a salon and doing booth rent again. So tell us about that. How is that going?
It worked out honestly amazing with my new salon. It's called Crafted
Hmm.
Collective, and it's the guy who does my hair. He opened up a space like the week I moved back to Tampa, and they were
Oh,
like
wow.
opening up, like hadn't hired anyone. It was just him and his girlfriend, and actually, they had one person working there. And so when I moved back, I went and because I don't. Did you see the video of me leaving, going through TSA
I
without my
did see
toupee
that.
on?
Yes, I
Okay,
did see
so
that.
I went to Mexico, left my toupee in the hotel room, got to TSA, and they were like, you have to take that hat off." And I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot my toupee in the hotel
Yeah.
because I took it off. It was hot. We're in
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Mexico. It was like
definitely.
bubbling under
Yeah.
there, girl. I had to get out of it. Take my top off. We're in
Yeah.
Mexico."
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
but the and so I came back from Mexico and then had to go get a new hair wig.
Yeah.
And so when I was there, it was that appointment was at the salon. He was like, "Yeah, we're opening up in a few weeks." And I was like, "Okay, well, I need a place to work. This works out great because I love him. I love everyone that works there and a lot of people from my old suite. It's a lot of us
Mhm.
all there. So it's like I know everyone already and it's been
Yeah,
really good."
that's good. So, did you have to, like, rebuild, or were a lot of your clients coming back to you? I mean, I guess for somebody like you, it's really
Mhm.
interesting because you really can probably go anywhere you want and have clients, which is so unfair
Yeah, I
because I had
know.
to start all over. I was playing freaking bunco. Like, have you ever played bunco before? It's so
No.
boring. It's like Yahtzee. I had to join a bunco group in my neighborhood just to try to get clients, like go back old school days where you
Yeah.
have to market yourself and network, where you have the luxury, I think, of just using your social media, right? Is that the
Mhm.
majority of how you get your clients?
Yeah, the first time I moved to Tampa, I started posting, like, 3 or 4 months before I actually got
Yeah,
there,
which is
talking
smart.
about booking and stuff just to build a little bit of momentum and stuff. So then after I moved there the first time, I was booked out for 2 months. And so I was like, I got a solid 2 months in me. That's like 8 weeks. Everyone comes back usually like 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So luckily there is that. Social media has been the best part of it since there's such a reach for it, I feel like, and it's so broad and it's like
Mhm.
free advertising too. I mean, you have to
Yeah.
put in a little elbow grease like with the
Yeah.
editing and making the content and stuff too, but it's worth it at the end of the day. So then this time around coming back to Tampa, I just kept my booking software the whole entire time. So I still had all of my clients'
Oh.
names,
Oh,
numbers, all, and
nice.
so I just did a mass
Wait, that was
group
smart. How did you
text.
know to do that?
I don't know, I just love Vagaro. A lot of the times I'm like, "How to do this on Vagaro, how to send a text blast,"
Yeah.
but, it's just something that's offered through my booking system, so I sent out a text blast and posted, and it's been pretty busy since then, luckily,
Do
but
you
it's a lot of my returning clients.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's great. Do you
yeah,
feel like so as an outsider, and
mhm,
I don't mean any shade by this because I am actually the same way. As an
mhm,
outsider looking in, do you think that you have like a fear of commitment in a sense where like do you feel like you like to move around in places like a
mm,
lot?
yeah, I
Because
feel
I do too. I'm like I said, no shade. I'm exactly the same
mhm,
way. Like, even ask my team when somebody tries to shove a contract in my face, I hyperventilate. And I'm like, but what if I want to move to Tahiti tomorrow? I need to be able to do that. Like, I
mhm,
don't love the idea of being tied down.
yeah.
Is that kind of
I feel like
I could tell. I could tell.
I don't know, I'm always growing up and everything, I grew up in Alabama, so, like,
Yeah.
super small town, I was like, "I've gotta get out of here, and I wanna go, like, see the world, I wanna travel, I wanna do all of this,"
Yes.
and so, like, for me, I feel like Florida's home. I went to beauty school there,
Hmm.
I've relocated there, moved around, lived, like, in a couple of different places in Florida. I do love Florida,
I
but
love it too.
also it's like there's pros and cons to everywhere, but then sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I should be a city girl. I moved
I
to New York
know,
and
I
I miss the
know.
seasons," but then I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I don't think I could do
I
it."
know, but there is a whole big world out there. And
Yeah.
I do recall, like, when I was moving, even when I came back, I got shade from people. They're like,
Mhm.
oh, I knew that wasn't going to work out. It's
Mhm.
like, okay, Karen, you're still doing exactly what you were doing when I left. Like, some people don't take their foot off first base, they're
Yeah.
just stuck. And I just think, God, if you were one of those people that had to take that same route to work every single day, you
Mhm.
get in your car, you drive down the same roads, you go to the same place, and then you
Mhm.
just die. That is like not, that makes me want to hyperventilate.
Yes.
Like, I love to change and grow and
Mhm.
do new things. And I
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell that, yeah, you're kind of like that too,
I
right?
do.
Yeah.
I like to bounce around.
I know. There's
It's
nothing wrong with
no,
that.
I don't think so
No.
either. I like a change of scenery. I like a fresh start. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a new beginning.
For sure. And then you get life experience. It's like,
Mhm.
again, I don't regret moving to Florida. I mean, that's how we met. It's like there were certain experiences that I got from doing that, even though it was only a short amount of time, that nobody can take that from me now. Like, that is
Mhm.
a life experience, and
Oh,
all I can
yeah.
do is just grow from that.
Exactly. I love that.
I know, I do
And
too.
I'm excited. Like, I have lived on the other side of the country too, being in Utah. I liked it a lot. It was the first time having 4 seasons,
Yeah.
first time getting to
Utah's
travel.
pretty bougie, I would say. Yeah. I was kind of
Yes.
surprised at that. I just recently went there in the summer for the first time, and I was a little surprised. I'm like, damn, these people are bougie.
Yeah. It's very I feel like it's very keeping up with the Joneses there. Like, everyone has hair extensions,
That's kind of how the
everyone has
Midwest is.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I love it. It's
Yeah.
great for business.
Yeah. Sure it is. Florida definitely has a different vibe. It was
Yeah.
something that, like, island time is a real thing down there.
Oh,
That's like an
yeah.
actual thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember when I first moved there, I was like, "Oh, wow. Nobody gives a shit about anything down here."
Mm-mm.
And then after a while though, it gets old and I'm like, "Oh my God, nobody gives a shit about anything down
Also
here."
but us our the salon that we both worked at, I feel like the beach folk, it being at the
Mhm.
beach, like,
Yeah.
actually, like, across from the sand
Yeah.
is a whole different crowd
Whole different
than,
crowd. Yeah.
like, my Tampa folks
Yeah.
or
Yeah, for sure.
anywhere that
Yeah.
I've ever had a clientele or
Yeah.
anything to.
And I did like it there. I think,
Yeah.
like, if I were to live there again, I would definitely be in that beach area
Mhm.
because, yeah, where I was in the country. It was really weird. I was,
Oh,
like,
really?
out in the middle of nowhere in the country. There were no restaurants by me. Every time I would DoorDash something, I would get sick of it because it was, like, the same 10 options. And I'm like, "Where's all the food here?" Yeah, I will say that's one nice thing we do have in Nebraska is restaurants and bars
Mhm.
everywhere. And there, it was really hard to find food. That was, like, one of the reasons I hated it so
And
much.
I feel like it's very chainy.
It's very important to have good food, and they don't
Yes.
have that
I'm a
there.
grown boy.
I know, you need your nutrients.
I need to eat.
I know. Okay, so do you feel like moving back that people were judging you? Did you ever have any of that either where people were like, "Oh, I knew that wasn't gonna work out?"
No one has said that, but I definitely do feel that because I feel like there's like a pressure of being like on social media and stuff too.
Yeah,
It's like it obviously is like a highlight reel. You want to put all the good stuff and not like anything that's like negative or not like flattering or
yeah,
something on there. So it's like right now too, I feel like I've kind of just like the past few weeks take a little step back and been
yeah,
a lot slower with posting instead of doing it every day just to get back into like the groove of things and just like
mhm,
actually like figure out what I want to do, like what direction I want to go, especially like with the new year coming up and
yeah,
everything, setting goals, like getting back into a routine in Tampa. But yeah, I feel like there has been like a lot of pressure of like
yeah,
unanswered questions
yeah, I
and
know.
things and
Everybody wants to know all
I
the time, all the things.
I
How
know.
many days a week are you in the salon, would you say?
Usually like 3 to 4.
Yeah, when
Mostly
you
3.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is
Which I
it
feel like
like
that's full time for hairstylists
I mean, it
nowadays.
really is,
Yeah.
yeah. It's 3 days is a lot, actually. Like
Yeah.
I said, I was just in the salon. I just went back in, and
Mhm.
I was working till 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, "How does anybody do this?"
Yeah.
It's a lot of
I
work.
can't do the graveyards anymore.
No, I know.
And
So
then by the
what
time you get home, you're like, I need a shower, I have blow dryer pits. I
Yes, yes,
need to eat something I haven't eaten all day."
yes, exactly. So how do you balance then? Do you set certain content days?
No, I kinda honestly I'm like the most unorganized, organized person. For like the organized side, like Trello, have you ever heard of that?
Huh.
It's the best. It's like an
What is
app.
that?
It connects to your
Oh,
computer, everything. You can like make little boards. It's like little sticky notes. It's like an
okay.
organization app, and I think it's free.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Love it. That has everything I want to do on there. And then also, whenever it comes to filming, I just kind of do it randomly. I don't have set content days. I just have like kind of pick and choose, I guess, which I feel like that
Mhm.
sounds bad. Like, oh, I didn't pick you to do a video. And clients ask me that sometimes. They're like,
Do
how do you
they?
pick who you're going to film or not? And like, I'm like, well, one, if I'm in the mood to do it.
That's probably a
Two,
big part of
if
it.
it's like a big transformation or like
Yeah.
you can see a change in between the before and the after,
Yeah.
I'm most likely gonna film that instead of just like, "Oh, we're coming to doing a
Yeah.
retouch again,
Yeah. Yeah.
6 in every 4
Yeah.
weeks." Like, I'm not gonna film stuff like that.
No, yeah.
But it kinda just depends. The bigger the transformation's gonna be, or, like, if you can actually see, like, a difference between, like, the before and the after, that's when I like to film.
Yeah, for
So it
sure.
could be a
And that's the most
Tuesday, a
entertaining
Wednesday,
to
a
watch, yeah,
Thursday.
as
Yeah.
somebody. So, do you, like, look ahead of, trending things out there and
Mhm.
then try to fit your people in to be like, "Oh, I wanna do this," or how do you pick even, like, what to film? That's, like, probably my biggest thing is I
Yeah.
overthink everything that it comes
Yeah.
to social media.
I feel like social media now is so different than when I first started. Because I feel like when I first started, like, if you were active, like, if you liked everyone's post on your feed on
Yeah.
Instagram, like, your post would blow up, and I'll be like,
Oh.
"Whoa, it's so easy." It's not like that anymore. The, so I feel like now, like, original content is, like,
Yeah.
way better than, like, a voiceover or, like, a sound bite,
Yeah.
and, like, a text or anything. I used to do a ton of those, and it was a little bit easier to do because it's like, "Okay, it's a 10-second sound bite. I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw up a funny caption that hairstylists can relate to, and I'll move on with my day." And, like, I would
Mhm.
just go through at night and, like, just see what was online, like, what was viral, what sounds I kept hearing, and, like, try to utilize that, but focus it and shift it towards more of, like, a hairstylist point of view since, like,
Yeah.
that's my audience. I try to think about that too, like, who I'm talking to. Like, I feel
Mhm.
like I try to speak directly to a hairstylist because that's, like, who I do wanna build a following of.
Yeah.
And then instead of just, like, anyone, I don't want any only hairstylists
Yeah,
allowed. That's what that
yeah.
sounds
Well, that's
like.
because 'cause we're the most fun people,
Ye
but you know what, though? You know what's interesting because you
What?
just brought up something, like, don't you feel like I was just saying you weren't actually sitting here when I was doing the intro, but I was
Uh-huh.
talking about how our industry is under attack. Like,
Mhm.
we have to defend, like, our pricing, our
Yeah.
education, our worth, all of that. But you know what I find? Hairstylists are the ones that are nasty in the comments. Do you ever get that? Like, actual
Yes.
attacking you? And it's like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
And if someone's, like, being positive or negative, it's always but that's the thing, you're always gonna have good and
And
bad
bad,
whenever you do
yeah.
anything online or if anything gets, like, any kind of exposure like that. The, I feel like hairstyle like, today like, this is my worst fear, my actual worst fear is, like, someone not liking their hair, not telling me, and then going
Yeah.
home and
And
making
then
a TikTok
blasting
about it
you.
'cause,
Yes.
1, it's controversial, people are gonna watch it. It's like drama, like, we all love
Yes.
reality shows,
Yes.
that's why we watch, so it's, like, feeding into that, and I feel like, one day I'm just waiting for the day I get tagged, and they're
Oh
like,
gosh.
"Stu effed up my hair and
Oh,
this or that," and I'm
no.
like, one day, like,
I
one little
know.
thing like that, and it
No,
can
I
be over
know.
for someone, especially if it's, like, an influencer versus someone who's not
I
on
know.
social media,
I
and I see
know.
that more often than you see, like, a hair influencer versus a normal person or, like,
Yeah.
a
It's like a
influencer.
dog eat dog world out there, man,
Yes,
I'm telling
and
you.
people rip it to shreds, and it's also one-sided, you don't know what's gonna
Mhm.
happen, and I know and it's funny though too, because most of the time in those videos, it's like they're like, "This is my inspo picture," and they'll put a little overlay of, like, this, and they're like,
Yep.
As for a balayage." I'm like,
Yep.
"Girl, that's like scalp foils with a
Yeah.
root tap."
Yeah. Yeah.
Root tap. Don't even
Yes.
drag it down. I'm like,
I
"That's not a
know.
balayage." And they're
Yeah.
like and I'm like so sometimes it's funny because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, I know this client was a mess," but I feel like sometimes
Mhm.
you can see through it.
Yeah, I know, but they do get a lot of attention, and I've seen so many people, like, just on TikTok and social media, doing transformations for
Mhm.
free, if you know who I'm talking about, the one that does
Mhm.
those, and he gets berated too on just his work and, "Oh, you do mediocre work," and it's like, "Oh
Mhm.
my gosh." It's just interesting to me that, hairstylists attacking other hairstylists. I
Yeah.
just don't see the point in that, but one thing that I do like about you, and I think I've told you this before, is that obviously there's like a generational age gap between us. I'm a little bit older, I'll just say that. But what I love about it is that the content that you put out there is just as entertaining for me that it would be for somebody that's just starting out. It's like
Aw.
I learn a lot, just watching your videos. And I feel like that's really important to be able to do. And that is the one thing I do like about you is that you're able to reach just really anybody. Cause like you say, your audience is really just hair people.
Mhm.
And I love that.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank
So, okay, let's
you.
take a turn here and talk about, personal relationships and being in the spotlight
Okay.
because that has to be kind of hard to juggle that, right? Like
Mhm.
having a relationship and also doing that.
Yes.
So, do you feel like it's hard to date somebody in our industry because of the platform that you kind of have? You're in the spotlight and maybe they're not?
Um, uh, yes. I
Tell me
guess
more.
I'm like, "Can I pick a question from the ball?" I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The, yeah, I feel like it could be I feel like it's a little bit more intimidating,
Yeah.
and then, for, like, maybe the other person, and not that it's, like, a totally bad thing because it was, like, nice being in a
Yeah.
relationship. I'm like, "Oh, you can come and help me and
Yeah, for
do
sure.
XYZ," so then it's like, "Oh, we're getting a trip out of it."
Yeah.
We're getting, like we got to travel together, we
Yeah.
get to, like, have a really good life and, like, fun
Yeah.
opportunities with that way, but I feel like
Yeah.
it could be intimidating for some,
Well, I I
but
I mean, I would think so
I
just
always said I would
naturally.
never date a hairstylist.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
broke the rule.
Well, and even just, like, working with each like, I don't know,
Mhm,
I always think of, like, if I was I mean, obviously, I'm married, but it's like if my husband was traveling, I mean, like, it just
mhm,
with me, that would be nice sometimes,
mhm.
but I feel like he sometimes gets jealous even of what I do. He's always like, "Ugh,
Yeah,
well, why do you get to go to San Diego?"
yeah,
So, I can't really even imagine, just somebody of your status really in our industry, and then having somebody that's not, that you might feel like, you have to kinda lift them up or kinda
mhm.
help them in that? Do you feel like you kinda feel that way?
I feel like I did for a little bit. I
Yeah.
feel like it just gets confusing too whenever for me, I'm like at the end of the day, I'm like, I make hair videos and like I
Yeah.
do hair. Like it's really not that serious.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not like changing lives.
Yes, you are.
I'm not
We
like
change lives every day.
oh, we do
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I eat those words.
Yeah.
I take that back.
Yes.
For me too, it's like I think that gets hard whenever it's like you brought up a good point actually. If the well, why don't I have that, or why am I
Yes.
not involved in that, or
Yes.
just like almost expecting to be involved, it made me like pull away a little bit more, like
Yeah.
unconsciously. And
Yeah.
it's not their fault.
No.
It's me. It's because I'm like, oh, that would be it's gonna be like a awkward or hard conversation. I'm gonna kinda, like, dodge the bullet on there,
Mhm.
or, I don't have to do this trip because it's just for fun. It's like a
Yeah.
brand trip. I don't have to I'm not, like, teaching or, it's not like a scheduled thing I'm geting paid for. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't have to go on it because I
Yeah.
should be home. A
Yeah.
lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
And it's just like one big mind game.
Yeah.
I
And
think
I
it's
don't
hard
like that.
to yeah, it's hard to have to work, like, in the same field as your partner.
I really I do.
Yeah,
I think it would be very difficult.
it was. It's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of challenges too.
So, who's the coolest person that's ever slid into your DMs?
Um, I would say oh gosh, ever? Maybe some of, like, the pro dancers from Dancing with the Stars.
What?
Yeah, I've
That's
done a couple of
cool.
their hair
Oh,
whenever I lived in
nice.
Utah.
Wow.
Like Lindsay Arnold, Whitney
Yeah.
Carson,
Oh, wow.
Jenna, which I didn't know Jenna was married to Val, and I have always had a crush on
Oh,
Val.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
The,
Are you watching it now?
no, I'm not watching it this season.
No.
But I see it on TikTok. I keep up with Whitney. Like the girls, if I've done their hair, I watch their clips because I
Mhm.
followed them on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I'm really rooting for Robert and Whitney though.
I know.
I love him.
No, I do too. I
Uh,
mean, I think well, we'll see, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah. It's actually a really good season this time. I
Mhm.
haven't watched it in years, but I'm watching it now just because they have good people on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Topanga.
Topanga, I
Yeah.
love her.
I love
Yes,
Topanga.
I know, that's so funny.
Whatever her real name is. I don't know.
Okay, so, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned from your past relationship?
Um, I would say to slow down and be in the moment a little bit more
Yeah,
because I feel like whenever I first got into my last relationship, I was very into like I was very go go go. Like I had this suite. I was doing my own classes. I was teaching with brands. I was doing brand deals. I was doing something like 24/7
yeah.
out of like 24/7 I was booked and I was busy and I was like
Mhm,
up all night
mhm.
editing and doing this and doing that and like barely getting any sleep because I was just like in my grind moment of one like restarting into Tampa,
Yeah,
starting to live in a new area. I feel like
yeah.
I had to rebuild myself from like the bottom up with getting clients and just making sure like, hey, like my rent for my apartment and my suite and everything's still gonna be due.
Yep.
So slowing down a little bit, and being a little bit more present in the moment, especially when I'm with my friends or my family
Yeah.
and things like that. That's probably been the most positive
Honestly, that's
lesson.
really great life advice though, too. I feel like
Really?
everybody should
Yeah,
just
I'm getting
slow
old,
down.
girl. I'm
Yeah.
maturing a little
I
bit.
know, that's awesome. I feel like as you do get older, you do kinda give this, like you slow down and you
Mhm.
realize that, like, what's actually really important, and I know that makes me sound like a 90-year-old woman, but it is true, there is some truth in that.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you for maturing a little bit.
Thank
That's awesome.
you.
So are you on any dating apps? What's your guilty pleasure with that?
Right now I'm on all the apps, but I'm
All
really
of
bad
them.
about checking them because I feel like it's almost like social media too. And also
Mhm.
thinking about it, because my ex I didn't meet from an app, like I knew him before.
Yeah.
The dating apps is crazy.
Oh, I
The
couldn't do it.
yeah, it's like, okay, you have 5 pictures, and you're gonna
Mhm.
judge if you wanna, like,
It's
meet
like
this person or
shopping.
not. Literally.
Yep.
It's like Instagram ads, you're just
Yeah.
swiping through them.
Yes.
So I kinda, like, don't
And
like
I'm
to sit
judgy
there and
as hell. Like, I am
I
so
know.
judgy. You would think I, like, judge beauty pageants,
Literally?
at, like, how much I judge people.
No, I always say I'm like, I'm the pickiest person ever because I will like, especially if they have like their Instagram link to it. I
Yeah.
hate it when guys ask me about my Instagram. I'm like, I don't have an Instagram. They're like, you don't? I'm like, only a hair page. I don't know.
Yeah, because I would be like sunglasses, wearing sunglasses. Nope. Like,
Yeah.
how do you
I'm
even
like,
see
you know
people?
what? The hat you were wearing in 2012 really gave me
Yeah.
the ick. So like,
Yes.
I don't think I'm gonna go on a date with you.
No,
I
no,
creep hard and
no.
psych myself out. But then I'm like, if you probably saw me riding through TSA bald on the internet, you probably wouldn't wanna do that.
Yeah,
Uh,
that
which
would
is
be.
funny, I was hanging out with this one guy, and he was gonna swing by the salon, and he
Mhm.
was like, "Where's your salon at?" And I was like, "Oh, if you just go on Maps and type in Stew Styles, it'll pop up, and it'll bring
Yeah.
you right to me." So he went on Google and typed in Stew Styles and then sends me a picture. Like, if you Google me, it's like a picture of me without a toupee on. It says like toupee vlog. And he was like, "Is
Oh,
this you?" And I was like, "No."
oh my god.
I
But
was
wait,
like,
it is you?
yes.
Wait, we have to get my phone. We need to look this up. I need
It
to see it.
literally is so bad. I'm like, it's like a screen grab from a video I have. And I'm like, dang, being bald on the internet and
Oh
lying about my
god.
hair. It's
Yes.
kind of
Oh my
awkward now being
gosh.
single.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I'm like, don't touch my hair.
Okay, we are gonna play a game.
Okay.
Are you ready for this game? It is called Send or Spill.
Okay.
So I will ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
If you don't want to answer them, you don't have to, but then you have to draw out of the bowl and you either need to send a DM or a text or post a post or whatever it tells you to do.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. As a national educator, you've partnered with many brands.
Mhm.
Are there any that you regret?
Um, actually, no. But if you
That's
would have
good.
asked me this a few years ago, I probably would have said yes.
Mhm.
And the reason being is I was overly, I feel like, involved in a brand.
Mhm.
Where I was like, "This is my whole personality, this is my whole identity." That I don't regret, like, working there, the opportunities it gave me, I learned so much being there, but I do regret being, like, so wrapped up and associated with one thing, just
Yeah.
because it's hard to branch
I was
out
gonna
and
say
break
it
off from
yeah,
that
it
because
closes your bubble.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was hair extension brand, so it was like
Mhm.
die hard in
Mhm.
it to win it, and, like, also that's just, like, hair extension culture sometimes, I feel
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
and, across, like, the board, not just one, I
Yep.
think,
Yep.
from, like, 90% at least,
Yep.
but so breaking out of, like, only teaching hair extensions to, like, getting more into the color side of things, it was a little bit difficult just to get the people who are following me or, like, keeping up with me
Mhm.
to almost have that little switch within their own mind of like,
Yeah.
"Oh," and then most people will be like, "Oh, I didn't even know you do hair extensions." I'm like, "Yeah, girl. I got one named after
I
me."
was just gonna say that, like, literally a color named after you.
There was a time.
There was a
And I
time,
still
once
do
upon a
hair
time.
extensions, I just don't post it as much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, you run both a teaching biz and behind the chair. Have you ever felt used more than appreciated?
Used more than appreciated? Yeah. I feel like there's not, like, one time sticking out to me right now, but I
Yeah,
feel like there's always I'm the type of person to say yes to everything, and it's,
yeah.
like, my best and my worst quality.
Same, me
So
too.
if
Yeah.
you asked me to do anything, if I was,
Yep,
like, working for you, especially, like, in my early 20s, I would've been like, "Yep, that sounds great.
yep,
I'm in it to win it. Let's go."
yeah,
And I feel like that was just, like, a way I was raised too, like, really hard, like, good work ethic was very important and being, like,
yeah.
respectful to, like, the people
Well, it's
above
probably how you
you.
got to be successful, though, honestly. You
Yeah.
do have to hustle. Like, you
Yeah.
have to hustle in
You have
our
to bust your
industry.
butt,
Yeah.
and it's, like, mainly just, like, putting yourself out there, marketing yourself in person, online,
Mhm.
just showing up as, like, the person you wanna be. One of my
Yeah.
favorite quotes too, it was, like, in beauty school, I had it inside my locker, and it was, "You get what you work for, not what you wish for."
Oh, yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
quote. Awesome, I love that. Okay, you've talked publicly about your past with Jesse. Totally behind you or unfinished business?
I would say totally behind me.
Good for you. Because I have a lot of things in my past where if somebody brings it up, I'm like,
Yeah.
it still gives me a little bit of a twitch.
Well, it's like now it's, like, on such a different level, and it's
Mhm.
like the things I don't like is the back and forth. I'm like, when I really think about it, it was like some of the best times of my life.
Yeah.
I was 20 years old, getting a job at a place I just knew from like online,
Yep.
becoming so immersed. Like literally, I was like, this is the dream job that I want, and I
Yeah.
got
I
it.
mean,
And like,
honestly, yeah.
I had so many people messaging me, and they're like, oh my God, you're living the dream. Like, this
Yeah.
is crazy. Like, you got picked from, I was like, Charlie at the Chocolate Factory. It was
Yeah,
my
and right
first
out of
job
school.
ever.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is amazing.
And I was, like, so excited, I always wanted to move off, get there, and it was the first time, like, I literally grew up in Alabama, like, we didn't travel anywhere. If we traveled anywhere, it was, like, an hour and a half drive to the beach or,
Yeah.
like, a few-hour drive to, like, the mountains in Tennessee, like, we weren't, like, traveling anywhere. I always wanted to travel. Suddenly,
Yeah.
I'm on a flight every other
Yeah.
weekend. I've been to every major city in the country,
Yep.
except for Miami, which is so
Oh
crazy.
my
Isn't that
gosh.
stupid? I'm like,
Yeah,
"It's
you
3
have
hours
to.
away from me, I
Oh
could
my
drive
god.
there."
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
go to
I
Miami.
know. I've been
Yeah.
everywhere but freaking Miami.
That's
I've been, like, everywhere in
crazy.
Florida too,
Oh
which
my
is
gosh.
but yeah, I would say it's behind me. The biggest thing is I feel like I wish it would've kind of ended different, like, on
Yeah,
better terms, like,
for sure.
for and not so much, like, back and forth online, like, I'm not gonna act
Mhm.
like I'm innocent, like, I've been petty, I've
Yeah.
been
Well,
snarky, and also was, like, what, 21,
yeah.
22
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
And I was, like, figuring myself out, but, something I really appreciate about that time in my life is, like, also going back to, like, being from Alabama in a small town, like, that was, like, the first time in my life where I was around people who were just, like, so welcoming of
Yeah.
me just being, like, gay or, like,
Yeah.
playing with, like, makeup or getting my nails
Yeah.
done or, like, dressing a little crazy or
Yeah.
doing anything like that. So, like, for that aspect of it, like, I'll always cherish that. And I learned a lot, and just, like, petty drama gets in the way
It
sometimes.
does. That's life, though,
Yeah.
life gets
And I
messy.
feel like I don't know. Maybe it's all just one big misunderstanding because I
For
feel like
sure.
my side is very different than the
Well,
sides I hear.
yeah, that typically happens too,
Yeah.
it just is
And I
life.
met some of my, like, best friends from there, like, I still hang out with to this day. A girl, there was like 4 of us. We called each other the Quad Squad.
Is that when you went to that concert? I've been to
Yeah.
that place. That is, like, such a cool spot to see a
It
concert. I
is one of
mean,
my
oh my
favorites.
gosh. I remember
Yeah.
I was there and, it just happened to be I was, doing a class or something,
Mhm.
and my boss got us tickets. But I remember sitting out there and just the way that the sun hits the mountains there in the
Mhm.
sunset, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is so beautiful."
It's
It's such a
so
beautiful
beautiful.
venue. Yeah.
I know, it's like a stage, surrounded by mountains. It's
Yes.
so
It
gorgeous,
is
and it's,
so
like, good
pretty.
seating no matter where you're at,
Yeah, it
and
really is.
I loved
I saw
it.
Incubus. They were
I don't know
performing
who that
there.
is.
What? Oh my
Is it
gosh.
a band?
Yes, from the '90s though, so I'm not gonna
Uh,
hold it against you that you don't know who they are, but
I saw
yeah.
the Jonas Brothers.
What? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
I've
well,
seen them 3 times.
that would have been epic though.
Yeah, I saw the Jonas Brothers with all my girls I used to travel with. I was back there for a SalonCentric show and then came back and and stayed a long weekend. One of them's pregnant. We just had a baby shower for
I saw that,
her.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
been really fun.
Yeah. So if fame for us in our industry has a dark side, what do you think it is?
Um, I would say probably, in the hair industry, probably, like, the temptation of putting all your eggs in one basket with, like, a
Oh, yes.
crazy brand deal or something like that. I
Yes.
feel like that can get a little
Mhm.
sticky
Yeah, for
sometimes,
sure. I'm
and
not a put all my eggs in one basket
I
kinda gal.
can't.
Yeah.
I
I mean, that
can't.
would just be it
Nah.
for me. I can't do that.
No, girl.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like it can be. I've been offered a lot of money to do a lot of crazy stuff that I have to
mhm.
say no to.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, it probably would be something like along those lines.
Okay. What's one product that you think is overhyped?
Um, oh gosh,
I have one.
what?
I just thought of one, but
What?
because like, it's not, like, brand specific, but the
Mhm.
freaking, like, those blow dry round brush things,
Oh my god, I hate those.
right?
No, I don't like
And
those, and
every
everyone
client
always has
uses that.
breakage from it.
They do
I'm
because
like,
they
It's
go to
more of a hot
town
tool
with
than a
those
blow
things.
dryer."
Yes, and especially if they have extensions and then they're ripping out their extensions and it's just
Those are also I mean, I guess I don't know because I've never used them, but, like, the overnight blowout,
oh, yeah,
is that what they're
I
called?
think
It's like wrapping
so.
your hair up all crazy. I'm like, "It's gonna look good, girl, or it's gonna look bad."
Really
You're
bad.
like going to bed as a founding father and waking up as you'll find out. Like,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll
Uh,
see.
if you could erase one post or video permanently, what is it?
It probably would have been with, like, me, like, getting out of Utah and away from that salon and stuff. Probably anything that I posted in
Anything that
that
you posted after
era.
that, just everything
Yeah,
right
mainly
after,
stories,
immediately after.
probably anything over there. But I go back I love going back and, like, looking at my feed and stuff, like, from years ago because it's, like, one big, like, memory
Yeah,
lane,
honestly, that's when I started following you. It was way back
way back in
then.
the day.
Yeah, when you had Blondie,
I was about to say
yeah,
that!
yeah. You had blonde hair
A
and just
full
this
face of
little
makeup.
kid. Yeah, so passionate about hair extensions, though.
Literally, I was
Yeah,
so excited.
yeah, that's
Still
good.
am.
Yeah. Who in the hair world talks the most shit but delivers the least?
Um,
Is that a bold one?
I'm gonna look at this bowl.
Taken from the bowl.
From the bowl. Host a poll. Should I get bangs again?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Should I do it with like the Justin Bieber swoopy hair pick from high
Yeah, do you
school?
have one? Oh
Yeah.
my god, then yes, you should definitely put that with
Wait,
it.
I should do my like my senior picture. My like swoopy Justin Bieber like flipped
Wait,
hair.
I love this because
That's the
everybody's
only
gonna
time
see
I've
it.
kind of had bangs.
Oh my gosh, yes, love it.
That's the only thing it could be kind of like bangs.
Yeah,
Should I get bangs?
love it. Okay, what's one rumor about you that's actually true?
Oh, a rumor?
A
A
rumor.
rumor, nastiness?
Yeah.
I was punched in the face on my birthday one time.
You
That's a
were? Wait, I
rumor.
feel like I've heard this story
It's
before.
people freaking talk about it on TikTok.
I feel like I've heard this
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
a long time
I think I
ago.
remember that. Yes. Is there anyone online that you've unfollowed for being fake?
Um, no, I usually block.
Oh, okay. Same thing.
I'm gonna look in the bowl. I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
I know.
Comment queen behavior on the last photo of someone you barely know.
The funny thing is that then they'll repost it and be like, "Oh my god, Stu Styles just commented on my photo."
um, I'm gonna just type in hairstylist and see if someone that pops up. The hair gal, yeah, she's good though.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it'll be funny because she'll probably repost it and be like, "Oh my god," because I see people do that to you all the time. They're like, "Stu commented on my video, I could die a happy person now." Well, that wasn't so bad.
No,
You did most of them.
yeah,
Just a couple
I feel like I'm
passes.
open about most
Yeah,
stuff that I
yeah.
can talk about.
Yeah, you are.
I
All
try to
right, so
be.
let's shift gears now,
Okay.
and talk about your kind of partnership with SalonCentric.
Okay.
How did that come about?
I they had reached out a few times. I was working with another brand where I had like a non-compete where I couldn't.
Yes, those
At the time,
non-competes,
I
man.
know it,
They're a
girl.
pain in the butt.
They'll get you. And I
They will.
really wanted, and I would always interested in working with Salon Centric because for me, I don't want to be signed to one color
Yep,
brand
yep.
because I'm like a Mod Podge. I'm like
Yeah,
I use a little bit of Redken, a
yeah,
little bit of Joico, a
yeah.
little bit of
All of it.
Lanza. Like I just have like a Mod Podge of things that I use. And I think that's too from like my first line. I bought all of my own color and stuff too. So it was like I've always just like snagged a little bit of this or a little bit of that to
Yeah.
try. Like like I feel like when you first start doing hair, it's like okay, I watched that video and I'm gonna same formula, same everything, even
Yep,
if it doesn't like look the
yep.
same.
You're like, "I'm doing it. I'm
Yep,
repeating
like
it."
it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Yep.
And so we did. I was in Chicago teaching at an America's Beauty show, and
Yeah,
my classroom, there was like it was a crazy amount of people. And there was like a huge line, and I was on the same hallway as Salon Centric, and like we hadn't spoken in a few months because was like always waiting for that like non compete to kind of come up,
yeah,
and so I was like, I need to do something to get their attention.
yeah,
And so what I literally did, I taught a class. There was like 400 or 500 people there. And I was like, okay, at the end, I said, everyone, meet me outside at the Salon Centric Step and Repeat, and we'll take picture.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
if you want to take a picture or anything, like said you come to the class, meet me out there.
Yeah,
So I had all the people who were like working in the back office and at corporate Salon Centric out in the hallway at like a long table facing that way because their classrooms were right there.
yeah,
And I was like, we're just gonna use this step and repeat if that's okay. And I
yeah,
just stood there and took pictures and talked to everyone
yeah.
and tried to get their attention that way. And it
Why, you sure did,
worked. Yeah. I
yeah,
met a lot of the team on that trip too. And
yeah.
then also being friends with Siri Parks
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
Bailey Lavender, they
yeah,
introduced me to someone, Connie, for the first time. And I love Connie. She's the best.
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how do you, I assume that that keeps you pretty busy, right? Do you
Yeah.
travel with the same team, or is it different people every time?
It's different people every time, but like the producers are all the same. The
Yeah,
DJ is always the same. It's like the same like group of people. So it's like we see each other kind of a lot here and there.
yeah,
But it's never like the exact same group of people. But for
that's
the
good.
most part, especially like on the back office side of it, or on the back office side of it,
Mhm,
it's always the same people,
mhm.
which is nice because you're like so comfortable with like the
Yeah,
sound. You like they're like go see the sound guy. You know
yeah,
exactly who they're talking
yeah,
about. It's not
exactly.
like premiere or like like a hair show
Yeah,
like
yeah,
where it's like
yeah,
chaos all the time.
yep.
But yeah, it's pretty much the same group of folks, and then like whoever's on stage kind of rotates.
Yeah, do they let you come up with your own content for that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I do a baby lighting without the back breaking,
yeah.
like a
I
faster
think
way
I've
to foil
I
the
think I've seen
back.
that one, yeah.
And it is so good. I love that. It makes me so much faster.
Mhm.
Inspo from the Australians. Going back to that on
Yeah,
that because it is I've learned a lot from that kind of education, but Yeah, so I foil the whole side of someone's head in 30 minutes on stage.
Yeah. The placement is actually really good.
Thank
Yeah, it
you.
does really help a lot.
Thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
I enjoyed it. If somebody wanted to, like, get into that or follow in your footsteps, what would your advice be for them?
My advice would be to is almost like put yourself in the rooms you want to be in. I
Mhm.
even in beauty school, like I was going to like premiere or like the big hair shows and things
Yeah,
like that, and just going up to everyone and introducing myself and talking to
exactly,
them. It
yeah.
didn't matter like what brand, who
Yeah.
it was. I feel like networking is definitely going to be like one of the biggest things you can do as yourself, like whether it's working in education or
Mhm.
behind the scenes. And not to be like, it's who you know, not what you know.
But it kinda
Sometimes it
is. Yeah, it
is,
kinda
sometimes it
is.
is.
Yeah,
You definitely, like, still have to work hard, put in a good work ethic, like, do
yeah.
your, learning
Yep,
and, like, know what you're talking about, but I feel like you have to, at the same time, really get connected. The hair
yeah.
world's so big, and there's so
It
many, like,
it
avenues you
is,
can
but
go
it's so
down.
small too, right?
Exactly, it's so small at the same
Yeah,
time, and everyone knows everyone.
they
So I feel like
do.
it's, like, a very easy realm to network and
Yeah,
socialize in. And then also if you're going to those events and stuff like that, put yourself out there, introducing
yeah.
yourself. If people are there, they're in the same thing for you. Oh, sorry. If they're there, they're in the for the same thing as you, and they want to
Exactly.
do or to get into those rooms and stuff. So I
Yep.
feel like it's almost just throwing yourself out there.
Yeah.
Be a little delusional about it
Yeah,
too.
for sure, yeah. So what is on the agenda for you in 2026?
I think I want to get a little bit more on the online education
Yeah.
side of things because
Mhm.
for 7 years I've traveled every other weekend. Like I've
Mhm.
always been on a tour or
Mhm.
something. And I have missed out on a lot, kind of going back to like me growing up.
Yep.
I missed
Yep.
out on like baby showers and
Yeah.
weddings and things because these things are planned
On the
months.
weekends,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they're months in advance,
Yep.
like before, sometimes a year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like bringing more of like a presence to like online education. I
Mhm.
really want to go down that route and avenue, but
Mhm.
I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure it's perfect and like
Is that something that you will do completely on your own?
I think so.
Yeah, as you
I
should.
think so.
Yeah.
I think that'll be my big baby because I don't see
Yeah.
myself owning a salon. I don't see
Yeah.
myself being in that kind
Oh,
of role.
man,
I don't
yeah.
wanna
Hell
I don't
no.
know. I just don't nothing about owning a salon, like, kinda makes me be like, "Oh,
No.
I would love to do it," but I would like to create something like that. A lot more online so then I can be a little bit more present in my real life. Girl, I've been trying to be a gym girly.
Oh god.
I
I say
know.
that every year, and I'm
I've been
2 weeks
going.
in.
I've been making
Really?
myself.
Wow.
Yes.
Good for you.
I love it. No, I
I'm
tell myself
not.
that because 'cause I'm like, if I'm negative about it, I'm gonna stop going. So I'll just say anytime someone says the gym, I'm like, "I love the
Oh
gym."
god, I don't.
I don't either.
I walk.
I
I'm
do
a
an app,
walker.
like, I have, like, a little personal trainer app, I don't even know what to do. I know, and people are like, "Vlog your day." I'm like, "I'm just not showing y'all me using a machine wrong." Like, "Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Wait till I get to
then
the
you would end
salon."
up on the internet like that,
Yeah.
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 Anything else?
Um, definitely wanna I feel like get back into I say, like, not be as busy, but also, like, get back into the swing of things of, like, what I had before in Tampa. So I feel like right now I'm really rebuilding my
Yeah,
clientele, getting my foot back in the door with, being back local to
yeah.
Tampa, getting busy. The I think that's it.
Those are hefty goals, though. Don't get me
Thank
wrong.
you.
Yeah,
I still wanna travel and do stuff, but I don't
yeah.
wanna be gone
Every weekend.
every yeah.
Yeah, there's a fine balance. I agree.
Mhm.
Some months, I think it was October, I was home 4 days, I think,
Yeah.
total.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. All right, awesome. So I just want to say thank you for officially being our first guest.
Mm.
It was such a pleasure to have you. I do have one last thing for you to spill.
Okay.
All right. So confess one thing that you've never said publicly before.
Oh my god. I don't know because I kinda
I know
put
you're
a lot
pretty,
online,
you
especially back in the
do.
day.
Yeah, you do.
Um, I don't know.
It could be any like, are you afraid of anything? Like, maybe you have a weird phobia?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what's yours?
I'm afraid of the dark. I don't tell people that.
Oh.
Like, I have, like, a like, truly, like, I have this weird thing that if I put my hand out and I cannot see it, I freak out. So, it carries more even into, like, I'm afraid of fog too because you can't see what's in front of you. I have a very deep fear of not being able to see what is in front of my face.
Oh, that's
It's kinda weird.
interesting, but
I
that's
know.
not like I can see why you would get freaked out by
Yeah,
that.
but, like, I sleep with, like, night lights and everything, like, I cannot sleep in the dark, so if somebody does share a hotel room with me, I'm like, "Can we leave the bathroom cracked?
Yeah.
Like, and leave the light on in there?"
My worst fear is, like, getting murdered
Yeah, well,
somehow.
yeah. I
Which I
mean,
feel
that's legit.
but I think about it often, like, every night before bed, I'm, like, going through my head, I'm like, "Are the windows locked? Is the door locked? Is this locked? The alarm on? Garage door shut? Is this" like, I go through, like, a mental check routine, and actually, 2 weeks ago, I got a little story. I was doing that routine in my head, and I'm like, "Okay, like, just breathe, start listening to your sleep meditation and knock out. Can my Lemmy sleeps kick in? No, because then I heard a bunch of banging around, and I was like, "Oh my god," and then I heard screaming, and it was like, "Rah,
What?
rah," and I was like, "Oh my god," and then I was like, "Oh, is one of the dogs outside? Like, are they, like, fighting another dog? Like, what is going on?" Walk outside, and a raccoon had fell in my pool, and I literally thought I
Oh,
was
oh
getting
my.
robbed.
Oh my god, was it, like, screaming or howling or
Yes, it
something?
was like,
I didn't
"Meow,
even know they made that much
meow." Me
noise. Oh
either.
my
I ain't
gosh.
seen a raccoon that up close before.
Yeah.
Got him out. But I thought I was getting robbed, and I was like and I was waking up, and I was like, I was like, the melatonin's kicking in, I'm
Half
like,
asleep.
halfway asleep, it wakes me up, and I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "I have nothing in my room to protect
Well, you
myself."
better get some mace or something,
Girl, I have a taser flashlight someone sent me one time.
but you didn't grab it?
I don't know where it is.
Well, that's not really gonna help you then.
I know. I
Awesome.
have a knife under my pillow. That's my confession. No, just kidding.
Alrighty, well, that is officially our first rinse. Now go and repeat it where it matters.